Have you ever wondered how secure your digital world is? Do you know what penetration testing is and why it's essential in today's digital era? Let's start with a simple definition. Penetration testing, often referred to as pen testing or ethical hacking, is a simulated cyber attack against your own computer system to check for exploitable vulnerabilities. In the context of web application security, penetration testing involves using malicious tactics to find any weak spots in a system's defenses. Now, why is penetration testing important? In an age where data breaches and cyber attacks are becoming increasingly common, it's vital to ensure that your systems are as secure as possible. Penetration testing is like a health checkup for your security infrastructure. It helps identify areas where an attacker could gain unauthorized access, disrupt operations, or even steal sensitive data. Moreover, penetration testing isn't just a tool for big corporations. Small businesses, educational institutions, and even individuals can benefit from understanding their vulnerabilities. It's a proactive approach to security aimed at preventing potential breaches before they occur. In a world that's becoming more and more digitized, the demand for cybersecurity experts is on the rise. Cybersecurity is no longer a niche field. It's a necessary skill in the digital era. Whether you're interested in a career in cybersecurity or just want to secure your personal data, understanding penetration testing is a great place to start. A penetration test can reveal how likely an attack on your system is to succeed and provide a roadmap for improvement. It's a vital step towards improving the defenses of your digital world. Remember, it's always better to discover your vulnerabilities yourself rather than having them found by someone with malicious intentions. Now that we realize the importance of penetration testing, how about we dive into the process of setting up a hacking lab? Setting up a hacking lab might sound complicated, but it's a crucial step in learning penetration testing. It's like setting up a playground where you get to test, experiment, and learn, all while ensuring that you're not causing any real-world damage. So, where do we begin? First, we need a secure and isolated environment. This is where virtualization comes in handy. Using tools like VirtualBox or VMware, we can create a virtual machine, a computer within your computer, if you will. This way, whatever happens within this virtual environment stays in it, keeping your actual system safe from any potential harm. Next, we need to populate our lab. To replicate real-world scenarios, we need a variety of operating systems. It's like having different kinds of locks to practice your lock-picking skills on. You might start with something like Metasploitable, an intentionally vulnerable Linux operating system, great for beginners. As you progress, you can introduce more complex systems like Windows or different Linux distributions. Now let's talk tools. Penetration testing involves a lot of tools, each designed to do a specific task. For instance, Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer, while Metasploit is used for exploiting vulnerabilities. Some operating systems like Kali Linux come preloaded with a suite of such tools, making it a popular choice among cybersecurity enthusiasts. In addition to these, you'll need a good text editor, a solid understanding of networks and protocols, and a whole lot of patience. Remember, the goal here is not just to learn how to exploit vulnerabilities, but to understand how they occur in the first place and how to prevent them. With our hacking lab set up, we're ready to delve into the stages of penetration testing. Penetration testing is not a single-step process. It involves several phases, each with its own importance. Today, we'll delve into the first two phases, reconnaissance and scanning. The reconnaissance phase, also known as the information gathering phase, is the first and one of the most critical steps in penetration testing. In this phase, the tester collects as much information as possible about the target system. This could include details about the IP addresses, domain details, network services, and any other relevant information that could be useful in the next phase. The objective is to understand the system and its vulnerabilities, much like a burglar studying a house before breaking in. Next, we move on to the scanning phase. Now, armed with the information gathered from the reconnaissance phase, the tester uses various tools to probe the system further. This is akin to the burglar checking for weak locks, open windows, or security cameras. In the digital realm, the tester is seeking out weaknesses in the system that can be exploited. These could be open ports, insecure software versions, or misconfigurations. Various tools can be employed in this phase, such as port scanners to check for open ports, vulnerability scanners to identify known vulnerabilities, and network mapping tools to get a visual layout of the network. The scanning phase provides a more detailed view of the target system, allowing the tester to develop a more informed strategy for the subsequent phases of testing. These initial phases lay the foundation for the actual testing. Let's proceed to the next stages. Having collected the necessary data, we now move to the more hands-on phases of penetration testing. The next phase is gaining access. This stage involves exploiting the vulnerabilities that we identified in the previous phases. The goal here isn't to wreak havoc, but to understand how a potential attacker might exploit these weaknesses. We might use various techniques like password cracking, buffer overflow, or session hijacking. Basically, we use every tool in our ethical hacking arsenal. Remember, the aim is to emulate a real-world attack as closely as possible without causing actual damage. Once we've successfully gained access, we move on to maintaining access. This phase is all about ensuring that the access we've gained can be sustained over time. This might involve the creation of backdoors or planting of rootkits in the system. It's important to remember that these activities are carried out ethically and responsibly, with the ultimate aim of fortifying the system against such intrusions in the future. Our final phase is covering tracks. This is where we erase our digital footprints, mimicking what a real attacker would do to avoid detection. This might involve clearing logs, hiding files, or other tactics to ensure our activities remain undetected. This helps us understand how attackers cover their tracks, ultimately aiding us in creating better detection mechanisms. As ethical hackers, each of these phases is crucial. They allow us to understand the mind of an attacker, to anticipate their moves, and to build defenses that are prepared for any eventuality. Understanding these phases gives us a clear picture of how penetration testing works. But how do we keep up with the ever-evolving digital threats? In the world of cybersecurity, threats evolve every day. Staying updated is not an option, but a necessity. As daunting as it may sound, there's no need to fret. The digital universe is brimming with resources that can help us stay on top of the game. Consider online courses, for instance. From introductory to advanced levels, there's a plethora of courses out there that cater to a variety of interests and career goals. They cover everything from the basics to the latest trends in cybersecurity. Some even offer insights into potential career opportunities in the field. So, whether you're a novice looking to jumpstart a career in information security or a seasoned professional seeking to brush up on internet safety tips, there's something for everyone. But learning doesn't stop at courses. There's an endless stream of articles, blog posts, and white papers that delve into the intricacies of cybersecurity. Take, for example, Gartner's Continuous Threat Exposure Management Process. It's a comprehensive guide to addressing the challenges of an expanding attack surface, offering valuable insights into vulnerability assessment, remediation prioritization, and threat validation. And let's not forget about the importance of practical application. Setting up a hacking lab, conducting penetration testing, and even collaborating with security testing vendors can provide hands-on experience that's crucial to understanding and countering threats. The bottom line is, in the face of evolving threats, continuous learning is our best defense. It allows us to validate and refine our strategies, making data-driven decisions that enhance our cyber resilience. Remember, the digital world is as secure as we make it. So, let's arm ourselves with knowledge and make it a safer place.